Well, good morning all. Welcome to the off-grid cabin. And we're getting some chores done this morning because we've got some rain coming in this afternoon, up to 20 mil of rain. And then during the week, we've probably got another 40 mil of rain coming as well. So that's at least going to be 60 mil of rain. So what I want to do is capture all of that rain, not allow it to go on the ground. So I'm going to pump this tank pretty well almost empty. We look over here, if the sun's not getting in the camera, we've got that tank and this tank here linked together. So I've got my pump, this pump, right in here, just in here like this for you. And that is pumping the water from the tank up to the big tank just up there. So let's wander up and have a look to see how much we've got on that tank, because that's nearly full. So for the people that are new to the channel, wondering kind of why I'm pumping to tanks and so on, well, the two tanks down at the cabin there, I think that sun's going to screw up. There we go. The two tanks down at the cabin down there is what collects the water from the roof. And then this is the storage tank, which I store it up throughout the year, because our summertime, wow, we're about there, so we're nearly full. I wonder if we're going to actually overflow it. That would be really cool to be able to get that on the footage. Maybe we'll be able to get that. So we store the water up here, and in summertime we can go 5 months without one drop of rain. So I need to store the water up. So while I'm here up in the veggie garden, let's have a quick look for those that are interested how the veggies are going. So I won't spend too much time on this, but just for those that are interested, the cabbage coming up really nicely. Go back on the other footage, you'll be able to see that when I first put it in. The silver beet, we can see the silver beet is just starting to come up, and so are the weeds for that matter. So our silver beet's coming up. That's still pretty small, nothing interesting on there. So that tank is nearly full, and I reckon you're going to see it overflow in this video, because I reckon we're going to be able to fill that right to the very top. So keep tuned to the end of the video. Hopefully I can bring you that footage. Just having a look at the pots here. Lettuce coming along, Kos lettuce definitely coming along, and my kale is definitely coming along as well, for those that are interested in what is in here. And you know who's hungry? Yep, my fishies are wanting their breakfast. Oh, look at that, wind's coming up already. There you go. I don't think I'm going to be able to bring you that overflowing footage for you, because we've still got a bit of room to go on. The tanks down the cabin are nearly finished, but we'll have a look inside. So I'm doing a bit of screening, so let me show you inside the tank. There's our water level, but you see these little specks here? That is the bits of plastic filings. So when they made the tank and drilled out the holes, to put the gate valve in, it leaves a bit of plastic residue, and that's still in the tank. I've only had this tank through one season, so I'm still getting it out from this. So every time I check my tank, I get these little filings floating up, so I've got to get them out. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to bring you that overflowing tank footage I know you wanted to see. Excuse me. How much water have we got left in our house tank here, or our cabin tank? So I've nearly pumped these dry. So we're down to about there. So I think that'll do me for now, because I don't want to run them out of water until it rains. So maybe I'll bring you some rain footage. I know you want to see some of that. And for those that are wondering how much power I've got in my batteries just before we've got this rain coming, and well, let us have a look. So the 48 volt system is sitting at 74%, and we've got 1500 watts coming in from the panels. The power station here, this one is at 100%. The 24 volt system is sitting at, let us have a look, 88%. Now we've got how much coming in on the 24 volt system? We've got 6 amps. Come on, focus. There we go, you can do it. We've got 5 amps now, bit of cloud coming over, so 80 watts. 9 amps, sort of jumping up and down a little bit. The 12 volt system, batteries are sitting at 72%, and that is getting charged through the DC to DC charger. So how much are we bringing in actually? That's interesting. 5 amps coming in. 70 watts. It's jumping all over the place because the clouds are starting to come in. My spare 100 amp hour battery is sitting at 100%. That is always good. But Glenn, how's the diesel heater going? Is there enough fuel in the diesel heater to get you through the cold? Let's go check it out. So, checking out our diesel heater. Our fuel tank on our diesel heater is, well, that's pretty well full, ready to go as well. That is a 15 litre tank. And we also have another 20, I think it's about 22 or 23 litres in there as well for diesel, for the diesel heater. So we have plenty of fuel for that. So the water's transferred across from the cabin tanks to the storage tank, giving us room for when the rain comes, and we can see the clouds are coming over. It won't be too long before the rain is here. The fish are fed, so they're pretty happy. We've got plenty of diesel in the diesel heater, and our batteries are charging up with the remaining sun that we've got. So I think we're going to be pretty good, well, for at least the next 3 or 4 days. Oh, and another thing that got done as well was, well, the weed spraying. Had to spray the weeds around the cabin, as well as spraying the weeds on the fire break, and got to keep on top of the weeds on the fire break so they don't grow and get out of control. Now, I know that is going to upset some people, saying, Glenn, you're using chemicals, you shouldn't be using chemicals. And I kind of do understand that concept, and I don't like using chemicals. But one thing I guess you need to understand as well is I'm on 6 acres here, and I live by myself. And I've got a job that I do that earns money, plus all the chores around the homestead here, or the cabin, or whatever you want to call it. I just can't pull weeds out by hand. I just don't have enough time to get all of that done. Plus, I've got arthritis in the back, so I'm not going to be able to bend over and pull weeds out. So, unfortunately, I've got to bite the bullet, and yeah, I've got to use some spray here at times.
A few moments later.
Well, it's a little bit more than a few moments later, but we are finally starting to get some of that rain, and it's going to get heavier later on this afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed this video looking at some of the chores that I get up to here on the off-grid cabin, getting ready for some wet weather. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and wait for the next awesome video that'll be coming out on the Off-Grid channel. Well, good morning all on a lovely Sunday morning here as I wipe my nose because it's running, and that's a blue.